weekly wrap up. I am coming to you from my new desktop. This is my second new desktop, unfortunately. The one that I thought I was going to have in place as of last week would not work with my hardware that I use to attach the desk. And so I had to go kind of back to the drawing board. I'm still gaining about 8 inches or so on the end of my work area, which will be very helpful. And then I replaced my lights. I used to have these lights on my desktop. I mean, they take up a lot of room. That's, you know, a 6x6 or 7x7 square inch of space. It's a pretty big footprint, and I had 2 of these on my desk. So I replaced these with some clamp-on lights, and so I've gained like a good 5 inches this way, and then the 8 inches on the end. So it is still improved, and I'm still happy. But that meant I had no desk for a week, and so I didn't get any scrapbooking or card making done. So I do have stuff to show you, just not scrapbooking or card making, basically shopping. Because some other things that I did, I hit the Sizzix and the Spellbinders clearances during their 4th of July events. So I got some stuff that's like not sexy that we'll start with first. I had to replace my cutting mat because cats ate my old one. The old one I had was Spellbinders, and it had like a really thick, cushy back for stamping on. And whenever I would set it off of my desk, which was often because I didn't have enough room, then they would scratch on the foam, and I left it off my desk while we went to Disney. So they had just a blast with it, and it died. So I had to throw it out and get a new cutting board, or cutting mat. Time to replace some page protectors. If anybody has a good like source for just general page protectors, let me know, because I found a box of layouts that I still need to put away. So I know I'm gonna have more than just this 25, but these were kind of pricey, so I'm looking for a hookup there. And I needed some new cutting pads for my Big Shot. And I decided to go all sparkly because they match my nails, but also just because the regular ones were gone and these were the same clearance price. So 10 bucks for cutting pads. I thought that wasn't too bad. Needed to replace my cutter bees, especially like these are my new fussy cutting ones. I'm going to have to mark these as my new ones because I can still use my old ones. But these, my new ones are going to be for my fussy cutting. And then this is one of those die brushes that you like roll it over your die cut to release all the really intricate pieces. And I've wanted one of these forever and a day. So I was excited to see this on clearance. Those are kind of the, again, non-sexy purchases that I had to make, just functional, you know? But these now, oh, I have fun stuff too. And again, these were all clearance with the exception of, I think this. I believe, yeah, everything else was clearance. So very low price. That's how I managed to get all this stuff because I didn't spend anything. I don't think it was too wild. You know, I had birthday money. And so sure, I had fun with my birthday money, but I'm just too cheap. I have to shop the clearance sales. So I hit the Spellbinders sale, and I've been wanting this embossing folder since it came out in the clubs. I don't know, possibly a year ago. Maybe it was just this past spring. I can't remember. But this particular pattern, the Simply Perfect Florets, I've been wanting. So I was super excited to see that. Then I kind of went down an embossing folder rabbit hole, and I ended up seeing a few that I was really in love with. And so I specifically went hunting for this one, and I did pay full price for this, and it was $12, and that's insane to me for an embossing folder. But the rest of these I got for like $3. So I feel like it all, you know, evened out like $3 each. I've never had these before. I knew they were supposed to be different. Like I have some weird Memory Keeper textured 3D, whatever, supposedly the deeper embossing. And I didn't really ever notice too much of a difference with those. Like they were maybe a little thicker, but this I can really see the difference. It's very obvious how thick one side is compared to the other. So I am really interested to finally use these and really see how that plays out, because I'm expecting a much more obvious difference with these compared to the We Are Memory Keeper ones. So excited for this. Can't wait to try all these crazy embossing folder ideas that I was seeing. I've made like a catalog of them, and I want to just like go through and try them all out. This was another one that I had seen. I just thought it was stunning, and I was able to get it on clearance. So I was excited for that. This just seemed like a good basic one to have. These diamonds kind of interset in the different sizes. This seemed like another good basic one, and it was on clearance. There was like a newer kind of swirl pattern that I started looking for, but this is the same basic idea. So this is the only one that I'm a little disappointed in myself. I thought this looked really cool, like a punched tin tile type look, but I thought they were all this pattern. I didn't realize the pattern fades out. I think I'm still gonna enjoy using it. It's just a little bit more of a specific look than I was perhaps thinking. But you can see on the bottom how detailed it is, and then how sparse and more spread out it becomes. All right, so that was the embossing folder rabbit hole I fell down. What really kicked all of this off, however, was that I decided to hit the sale looking for some hot foil plates. And I found these. I thought these were great basic ones. This background I'm specifically super excited for to try watercoloring in, which might be a challenge to find smooth enough cardstock that the hot foil will look good on, but also it's porous enough to do the watercoloring on. So I may disappoint myself, but I'm looking forward to trying. I also think this will be gorgeous with the negative space. So I'm gonna play around with that. And then just getting some very basic sentiments. I really just have like birthday and Christmas right now. And so I just wanted a few more generic ones. And I thought this was perfect, and I was so happy it was on clearance. Okay, then I got some dies. I'll start with this one just because this was a rack that I received from a friend on a message board. Look at this, guys. It was $25, and she managed to snag it on clearance. Anyway, so she offered this as a rack, and I just thought it was fun. It's for, I think, specifically the mini slimline. But I think it'll be perfect for journaling spots too. And this, like for embellishments, a really long ribbon slide. I mean, I feel like that would fit on an A2 as well. So anyway, excited for the possibilities there. So I didn't buy this one, but I got it right around the same time that I got these orders. And then these are some more dies. I gotta be honest, I think I need to stop buying the butterfly dies. I keep wanting to get a different kind, and I think I have enough now. Like I need to get them all together and play with them all and see which ones maybe I want to keep, because I feel like I have plenty. I have enough. But I like these because you can cut just the centers, but you can also cut just the background. So I like that it's separate. And I just need to play with them and not buy any more. And then these just seemed really good and basic. So some decal edge mats. I thought these were nice and basic. I want these. They were on clearance, so why not? And then last but not least, I have a lot of Sizzix steel rule die alphabets. And over the years, I've kind of sold some and then bought some back and then sold some again. But now I'm to the point where my storage, it is what it is. I need to start letting go, I think, of the steel roll. I kept them because you can cut so much with them, like chipboard and different things. But I think it's time to admit I'm never doing that, and that the smaller thin dies are just fine for that. There's a close-up of that one just so you can kind of see the size. These remind me of the old Heidi Swapp chipboard alphabets, and I love them. I love the font, I love the size, so I think I'll really enjoy those. I got these kind of thinking of a replacement for my Doodle Block alphabets. They're just a smidge smaller, but still, I think they'll be a good replacement. And they were super cheap. Very, 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 very inexpensive. So I was happy about that. All right. Last but not least, I was able to snag another Spellbinders card kit on clearance. So this was $27.50 for this whole kit. I believe this is, yes, the Damask Daydream. Damask Daydream? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So yeah, it's a year old. So you got to wait a while when you get them that way. But I think they're worth the wait. Just painted my nails, so I'm not going to open this with my nails. But I thought it'd be fun to go through one of these. Again, I personally would not pay $55 for these because they might be worth it. That's just not a position I am in life to pay $55 once a month for a card kit. But $27.50, I am more than willing to pay. Like, I feel like I definitely get $28 worth of stuff out of these. So, all right, so first we have some die cut shapes. So this is gonna go great with the hot foiling stuff, right? All these really lovely little gold accents. They're so pretty. And there's so many of them. And again, like my favorite thing about the Spellbinders kits is they give you a lot of multiples because they're expecting you, to make multiples because it's a card kit. And like, like a scrapbooking pack where you're just going to get one of everything, that kind of thing. But then there's also always little bits that I feel like you could use on a scrapbooking layout. So I have yet to use up a Spellbinders card kit. I've got probably 5 or so in my stash that I've already made cards from all of them except this brand new one. And I still have so much stuff. So if you're overwhelmed by a lot of stuff, then I don't recommend them. But if you want a good value and you know that eventually you're going to get around to using it, which is what I tell myself, then I do recommend it because look at this. It's just so many. There's just so many fun little bits and pieces. And it's really beautiful. I don't have a lot of typically or traditionally elegant items in my stash, and I feel like this kit is very elegant, so I'm excited to use it. All right, so you also get cards, envelopes, and some foam and tape adhesive. You get a little idea card. These are the die cuts. These are the dies. We'll get to those in a second. Okay, it also came with a stamp set. Sometimes the stamps are not the best quality, and these do look very thin. So we'll see. But I think they're very pretty, so I definitely am excited to try. Ooh, those are pretty. They're like the rainbow kind of, yeah. It's like a pastel rainbow iridescent, and I love that there's 4 sizes. Beautiful. I mean, look at all these embellishments. Guys, I don't know. I just can't get over it. For $28, this is awesome. Love these. Technically, I have all the stuff to make my own now with those dies, right? But it's fun to have pre-made ones in colors that match paper pads, which we're about to look at. All right, so then we've got some It's like chipboard, sparkly gold. So these are nice because it's just like boom, sentiment done. But there's other things that I feel like these are also large enough they would work for scrapbook titles. I think these are supposed to be like chipboard also, but they're really just kind of a heavy cardstock. But still, I love the foil. I love the ombre. Very pretty. And all those colors go so nicely with the paper pad, right? These will be really pretty for like some spring birthday, Easter cards, that type of thing. That looks like it might be foil. That one does too. Okay, I gotta crack it open because I need to see if those are foil. It is, look at that. So shiny. Okay, that one's not, but it's still pretty. That one is. These are cool because they're all different. At least so far, I haven't seen any repeats. Oh, now I think it's repeating. Yeah. Okay, I really like the swan paper. And that kind of looks like Oriental art type stuff. Okay. So then here are the dies. So on the idea sheet, they cut 2 and layered them to make a frame. And I thought that was really smart. But it would be beautiful as just a corner accent as well. And that looks like, yeah. So this is a die to cut out the word hello on the stamp. All right, and so then this one's for the stamped image. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that's really pretty. So just like the colors, I think are really beautiful. And then having, and there's that whole die cut pack still. There's all the stamps. There's all the dies. It's a lot. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to actually play with it now that I've cracked it open. I've got lots of goodies to play with. I'm excited. I really don't love to do haul videos. They are easily, like I've done a couple small ones and they were easily watched quite a bit. Obviously more than my other videos. But I try not to do them too much because I feel like I don't want to encourage consumerism or overconsumption on my own part, like just for myself, forget anybody else. But shopping for beautiful things is obviously super fun and can be a little addictive. So I have to set boundaries for myself. So I really try to not do these kinds of videos very often. And I try not to do these big of a shop very often, you know. Hopefully next week, now that I have a desk again, I will have some fun things to actually show you that I've made. Possibly just jumping in with cards right away from this. I don't know, like I want to play with all of it right now. So come back next week and find out what I actually played with. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you Monday with another process video. And yeah, have a great week. All right.